हेलो हेलो डॉक्टर साहब, की हाल चाल। इस वीडियो में मैं वो सब शेयर करूंगा जो हम सब लोग फील करते हैं बट एग्जाम के बाद भी एडमिट नहीं करते। वो फियर, वो प्रेशर, वो कांस्टेंट फीलिंग कि शायद मैं ही पीछे रह जाऊंगा। लेट मी टेक यू टू द जर्नी ऑफ हाउ आई नेविगेटेड माई नीट पीजी एंड INICET chaotic and spiraling expedition, which I'm sure every aspirant would resonate with me. I gave my NEET PG in my internship attempt, and honestly, I had set expectations much higher than I should have. I remember writing my dream branch next to my name at the start of internship, like a wallpaper reminder that I had no choice except to push forward. My marrow scores were decent, I would say. My goal was fixed. I had the real clarity of बस यही branch है. But somewhere in the last stretch of internship, this strange churning started in my stomach. Not gastritis, pure competition induced panic. It's ridiculous how you can do thousands of tests, revise like a maniac, and still one bad grand test can completely dismantle and shatter your confidence. Suddenly you start questioning everything, your preparation, your sacrifices, your entire sense of worth. People might say it's just an exam, but when you're living in it, it feels like the only thing that defines you. I even started feeling that old NEET UG era fear again, the do or die mindset. Sounds dramatic now, but back then my brain was full-time tragedy department. My expectations felt heavier with time, not just from parents. Honestly, the biggest pressure comes from yourself. We are technically already doctors, which is all I ever wanted 5 years ago. But suddenly the doctor tag meant nothing. Your entire life compresses down to just one exam. It's strange how attached we become to things we don't have, while actually completely overlooking the blessings we already do. And even though I know all the philosophy about gratitude, contentment, none of it actually sinks in when we are neck deep in preparation. I won't pretend otherwise. I had fallen for the same trap. My internship ended and I came back for the final few days before the May INICET. But instead of sharpening up, something else happened. My mind slowly shifted into this defensive mode. INICET has too few seats. Only final year studious people crack it. My real target is NEET PG anyway. It's my first attempt. It's okay if I drop. Basically, I started preparing myself for the failure I'd already imagined in advance. And here is the truth. At the end of the preparation, it isn't about how much you have studied. It's about where your mindset is at. And mine was wobbling shit. 70% of the time I was studying, the other 30% just feeding excuses to my exhausted brain, telling myself that defeat was acceptable, expected, and maybe even deserved. It's a weird feeling, a pressure so heavy on your chest that you feel crushed, but are still somehow expected to keep walking. Days blurred into each other. Questions, doubts, desperation. Outside the world looked so peaceful. Inside my head, it was a riot. Even falling asleep became a project. Confidence leaked away like my penning in final year. No matter how many revisions I did, I always felt unfinished. Maybe that's just the default aspirant setting. Every night I imagined the post-exam peace, the silence, freedom, breathing normally without counting with questions left to revise. Just a few days of feeling like a carefree MBBS selves again. And then finally, after days and nights of studying, doubting, restarting, collapsing, restarting again, the day arrived. 17th May, INICET, the battlefield. और बस 17 मई को INICET एग्जाम खत्म हुआ। एग्जाम कैसा हुआ? पेपर से निकलते ही लगा दिमाग नहीं, पूरा एग्जाम मेरे पीछे भाग रहा है। फ्लैशबैक, डाउट्स, ये सही हुआ, ये गलत हुआ, वो आंसर की, ये आंसर की, कंट्रोवर्शियल क्वेश्चंस, बट दैट क्योस, दैट ओवरथिंकिंग, और फिर जो INICET या NEET PG के बीच में पोस्टपोनमेंट, वो एक अलग ही स्टोरी है। उसके बारे में नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, बिकॉज ट्रस्ट मी, वो फेज वॉज इट्स ओन बैटलफील्ड।